Everybody in trading has heard the term, you need an edge. What's your edge? This strategy gives you an edge. For years, if somebody had asked me what an edge actually was, I don't think I could have explained it properly. I could have repeated the definition, I could have told you that was an advantage, but I don't think I truly understood it. Like a lot of traders, I spent years searching for an edge. I thought it was a secret indicator, a special entry, a pattern nobody else had discovered. Something hidden that would suddenly make all of my trades win. Eventually, I realized there was no magic indicator. No secret setup, no sexy signals. There was just a process, a collection of things working together. The markets I traded, the times I traded, my risk management, my patience, my execution, my ability to follow my rules. And once I understood that, something changed. Not because suddenly I knew what the market was going to do next, because anything can happen, but I had more confidence in what I was doing. Not confidence in the outcome, but confidence in the process, because for the first time, I now understood what I was actually trying to achieve. Now, imagine two fighters stepping into a ring. One of them is significantly bigger, stronger, and heavier than the other. Just looking at them, you can see that one of them has a clear advantage. But one fight proves nothing. 100 fights reveal the edge, because most often does not equal always. And that's an edge. It's not certainty, it's not a guarantee, it's an advantage. And that's where most traders get confused, because they think an edge means the next trade should win, but it doesn't. An edge only works over a series of trades. Not on the next trade, not today, not this week, but over a series of trades. Most traders think an edge is a strategy, and yes, a strategy can be part of an edge, but a strategy isn't necessarily an edge. Patience can be an edge. Discipline can be an edge. The ability to follow your rules can be an edge. Good risk management can be an edge. The ability to stay calm when everybody else is emotional can be an edge. So an edge is much bigger than the strategy. And the reason this matters is because if you don't know what your edge is, you probably shouldn't be trading, because your edge is the thing that keeps you in the game. Let me explain. A casino has an edge, but the casino doesn't expect every hand to win. The casino doesn't care about the next hand. The casino cares about the next 10,000 hands. It understands some people will win. In fact, people have to win, because if nobody ever won, nobody would come back. The casino understands something most traders do not. An edge only works over a series of trades. That's why the casino doesn't panic when somebody wins. That's why the casino doesn't suddenly change the rules. That's why the casino doesn't double its position size trying to make the money back. It simply continues executing the process because it knows that if enough hands are played, the edge will eventually play out. Trading works exactly the same way. When you take a trade, you're not trying to prove that you're right, you're not trying to get rich on one trade, you're allowing your edge to play out over a series of trades. That's why professionals risk small, 0.5%, 1%, maybe 2% per trade, because they understand something most beginners don't. You need to stay at the table. Now, let's take this one step further. Imagine I gave you a trading strategy, not a strategy that wins every single time, just a strategy with a real edge. The problem is, the strategy only reveals itself over a large sample size. So say, I gave you a strategy, and the edge only becomes clear over 100 trades. Could you actually take all 100 trades? Because that's the struggle. It's not finding an edge, and it's not understanding probabilities, it's execution. Let's say the first 10 trades lose. Could you still take trade number 11? Let's be honest. Most traders will struggle with just 3 losing trades in a row. By number 4, they question the strategy, By number 5, they're looking for a new one. And that's human nature. If something doesn't appear to be working, we change it. Most of us would, because that's the normal thing to do. You're a human being human. The problem is that trading is one of the few environments where your natural instincts can sometimes work against you. Because if trading rewarded human behavior, everybody would make money. But it doesn't. And that's what makes it so counterintuitive. Free losing trades doesn't invalidate the edge. It doesn't tell you that your strategy is wrong. It simply tells you that free trades lost. If you have a 70% win rate, those losses are part of the distribution. They had to occur somewhere. Can you see how different that is from how we normally think? Because in most areas of life, if something isn't working, changing it is often the right thing to do. In trading, that same instinct can cause you to abandon your edge. The question was never if the next trade wins. The question is, can you stay at the table long enough to play the game to let your probabilities play out? Because an edge doesn't reveal itself over one trade or even a handful. It reveals itself over a series of trades over time. This is why consistency matters so much. Not because consistency guarantees a winning trade, but because consistency gives your edge the opportunity to win. The casinos understand this. Professional traders understand this. Not because they're better than you, not because they're more intelligent. They've simply learned to trust the process long enough for the probabilities to play out. So can you. We're not trying to predict the market. We just want to ensure that we have enough goals for our strategy to play out by sticking to a repeatable process, because an edge can only play out if it's executed consistently. Someone once asked me, if you're so confident, why don't you risk more? The answer is simple. Because an edge only works out over a series of trades. No edge wins every trade. No strategy wins every trade. And no trader wins every trade. The moment you start risking too much on one trade, you're no longer trusting your edge. Now you're gambling on an outcome. And that's a completely different thing. Think about Tesco. When you walk into Tesco and pick up a loaf of bread, the price is the price. You don't negotiate. You don't ask for a different price. You don't ask them to change the rules just because you don't like them. The rules are the rules, and they won't change them for you. Now compare that to a local market store. The owner might bend the rules. He might negotiate. You might get a different price. Many traders approach trading like they are the market store. They're constantly negotiating with themselves. Maybe I'll move my stop. Maybe I'll risk a bit more. Maybe I'll ignore this rule just this once. Maybe I'll close early. Maybe I'll hold a little longer. Maybe. And every time they do, they move further away from the edge. Because the edge isn't the trade. The edge is the process. And the process only works if you allow it to play out. So, if you take away anything from this video, let it be this. You should be able to sit somebody down in front of your chart and say, this is my trade. This is why I'm getting in. This is where I'm getting out if I'm wrong. This is where I'm taking profit if it goes in my favor. And if you can't explain it simply, there's a good chance you don't fully understand your edge. You should be able to say, this is my edge. This is my advantage. This is why I take these trades. And this is why I manage risk in the way that I do. Because once you truly understand your edge, something changes. You stop needing certainty. You stop needing every trade to win. You stop needing to be right. You simply execute and allow the probabilities to play out over a series of trades. Because that's how an edge works. And an edge only works over a series of trades. So if you found value in this video, consider subscribing, Here on Way of the Trade, we explain the psychology, the habits and the behaviors that shape trading success. And remember, the market isn't the challenge. The challenge is the person sitting in front of the screen pressing the button. See you in the next video.